Hi, everybody. It is Thursday, February 18th. Um, yeah, I'm gonna give my kind of weekly update as far as like where we're at. Um, I mean, all of our research. I've been watching a lot of, the posts on connecting the dots as well as like as you know, I do a lot of research. I check out a lot of sites, and we're all pretty much on the same page right now as far as where we're at. Uh, Basically, I guess describing it from the United States perspective, that's where I live, is the what we perceive or what the public thinks is uh, the new administration. And put it that way. As usual, I have to be careful with what I say, so I'm always have to second think, what I'm saying. Sometimes I hate that, but it's just it's a charade, and I'm not sure how long it's going to last. Uh, but as far as I know, this is part of the plan. It's basically to show the world. It's all sort of to show the world. It's like, okay, this is what you wanted. Well, this is what you're going to get. Sort of. So we're sort of living through that, but also at the same time we're being watched over so that it doesn't get out of hand. It's almost like letting your teenage daughter drive your car while you sit beside them. You know what I mean? It's like, it's gonna get out of control or something, whatever. But you're there to grab the wheel if it gets too out of control or something. That's what I'm getting at. So that was the economy's not going to crash as bad as we're thinking. We're not going to be invaded by China. And what it's not about the fear stuff. It's really just to kind of show the world what's going on if this continues. That was the old administration. As we know, what Trump has done is he was showing the world basically how corrupt the system is, and he was trying to dismantle it. So him and the military, it's actually mostly the military right now, are basically in charge, and they're going to. Geez, this is really going to be interesting coming up. We are living in such interesting times, you guys. When we watch the documentaries about this, 5, 6 years from now, this is going to be momentous. This awakening is great awakening. So the next stage, from what I understand, what's going to happen is it's going to be the exposure of not only this administration but also the corrupt uh, politicians, just locally, let alone around the world. It's going to be exposed more and more. And the biggest one, as we know, biggest stumbling block is the media, and it's going to be taken down. As far as I can see, it's going to be a controlled demolition, sort of, you know what I mean? And they're going to be forced to tell the truth, is what it boils down to. So they're going to be in a position where, yeah, they're going to start broadcasting stuff, basically administered by military, I guess. So that's coming up soon. So as far as what my guides have been telling me is, we're being watched on a galactic scale. Like there's a lot of, I keep saying help, but basically off-world help sort of that are watching us and helping us get through this. But they're really, in a sense, watching us deal with this. It's like, how are we going to deal with this? It's not about them stepping in and saying, move aside, we'll take care of these bad guys. It's literally, how are we going to deal with bad guys? So what I'm getting at is what's going to be coming up soon is the exposure of all this darkness, and they're kind of watching to see how we're going to handle it. So, and what I've been told, this is kind of just common sense stuff too as well, is we have to, as let me put it this way: as pissed off as people are going to be when they find out all this time that we've been played and used and manipulated and all this stuff, the first reaction is going to be anger for sure. So we're all going to get really angry. That's just normal. So we have to sort of we got to try to reel that in as much as we can, if you know what I mean. Because what it is when people react hot-headedly or just action reaction, they usually have regrets. It's like, oh, I wished I wasn't so mad. I wish I wouldn't have, thrown that thing against the wall when I was angry, whatever. You just, I wish I wouldn't have broke my car because I was so mad I did whatever. We have to kind of just be careful of how enraged we get or whatever. And it's not for us necessarily, because we're the ones that have been finding out about this more on a slower pace. So for me, I'm up to speed. It's not going to be shocking for me. It's going to be like, yeah, I've known about this for a while. So what they're telling me is part of my mission, or sort of my job too, was to try to help the world. I'm just, in a really small part. As you know, I have like maybe 17 people that watch these videos, but we're all doing our part to try to get people up to speed so that this isn't so shocking, and so that we do this transition of tearing down this old matrix won't be so catastrophic, so crazy. So in other words, you guys, the ones that have been doing all the research too, we are going to be the ones that are going to be helping people through this. Because as you can imagine, there's a lot of really sleepy people out there that just have no clue what's going on. And when they find out, they're like, what? Are you kidding me? They've been doing this all along? They've been stealing children, whatever. Like, as you know, when the truth comes out, it's going to be momentous, to say the least. So we are going to be the ones that are going to be the ones that are going to be helping people through this. And again, this is part of the growth that Earth is going through. This is the Great Awakening. Yes, it was bound to happen sooner or later. For all of us that have been sort of looking into this for a while, it's just like this has been dragging it on forever. But I'm just saying, whatever speed this takes, because like I said, I'm just a small, just a small helper amongst millions of people that are waking up and helping go through this. Basically, I'm sort of trusting the plan and realizing it's not about timing for me or anything. It's like, okay, obviously they know what they're doing. And I really do know that. It's like they kind of know what they're doing. They're going to expose it the right way and at the right time. So for us, we just have to be there for when people are going to be asking questions. And because we've done a lot of research, we're going to have a lot of answers for them. We're not going to have them all, because I'm still learning stuff now too. So, but we'll be there to get them up to speed, basically. So, yeah, we're the ones that are going to be sort of saying, whoa, settle down, don't get too mad. And by the way, yeah, this is what's been going on. And and I guess ultimately, people are the bigger question is, okay, but where do we go from there? Like, once this is passed, there's a lot of really good things in the pipeline coming down, guys. Like, what I mean is, like, they've been lying to us about cures for our bodies and things like that. Obviously, they're using us and killing us. So the opposite end of that is, and just, as far as the timeline is concerned, I've heard so much over the last 5-6 years, but now it's down to these med beds, which are pretty much, it's like your biometrics are connected to a bed, and it's like a scanning machine. It's kind of very similar to the ones that we use right now. Those big ones, I forget what they're called now, but anyway, Basically, it's like, yeah, like kind of a electromagnetic scanning bed, whatever. But anyway, they can actually heal all diseases. So the first one, I guess they're coming out with probably before the end of this year, by the way, too. So that's something to look forward to. Is the one that'll cure cancers of all sorts, things like that. And then as we wake up out of the slumber and realize all this high tech stuff has been hidden from us, it's going to slowly roll out. We're going to get free energy. So like things are going to, the path we're taking is going to be really, really awesome. But what I'm just basically talking about today is the bumpy road of getting there, and it's coming soon. Like I said, I'm not going to do any dates or anything, but it's imminent. Let me put it that way. It's going to happen. And for us that have been kind of following the story and waking up to what's going on, we're going to be there to basically help people understand it better, guys. And there's probably going to even be some more shockers from us. I mean, not, not too bad, but I'm just saying, yeah, a lot of this stuff is not going to look good. And the bad guys will be rounded up, and like I said, we almost have to treat them with compassion, because we're going to be so angry. Anyway, okay, enough about that. So positive again, because we were actually manifesting this stuff with our minds. That's something you'll learn in the future too, more. We're really, really powerful creatures. So it's almost like we gotta be careful what we think, because we manifest things with our brains, with our intentions, with our consciousness, especially when we connect with other people. So yeah, later today I'm going to be doing a connected consciousness with some friends, and you guys can join in for sure. But basically, we're going to, in our minds, just like I said, it's interesting how it works. But we have to manifest a positive future, and how this is going to play out. Let's just do it so that it's in our minds. Let's make it so that it's not too painful. It's going to hurt a lot of people's feelings, and our emotions are going to go crazy. But in the end, it's going to be totally worth it. That's what we're shooting for. It's the end goal. And yes, things are going to get better. And man, we're going to be just so grateful that we got out of this. Like I said, we've been stuck in the mud. This has been a really long, agonizing situation we've been in, and we're getting out of there. So that's my little short update for this week, and I'll do another one. And as you know, I'll be doing more in the future. I'm almost like letting other people do all the talking now. I'm watching a lot of these little talk show things and these roundtables and stuff, because not only is it confirming what I've been knowing all this time, so for me it makes me more confident, but it also is, I'm still learning a lot more stuff too. So, and I can't really add too much more than what they're saying as well, because I've been kind of saying it myself. But it's gonna get good. It's gonna get fall. It's gonna get bad first and then good. But either way, the end result is awesome. So, okay, stay positive, my friends.